Again, thank you for having me. My name is Shivaraja. I'm the Technical Solutions Architect at Hycu. Been with the company for almost 3.5 years now. So, really happy to be a part of this organization where um, innovation is pretty much the motto of our entire company, right? That's exactly when we started back in 2017 as a purpose-built data protection solution, but now we have evolved ourselves into our multi-cloud data protection solution. So, just to set some context, right? I just wanted to give a brief introduction about what our company is and where we are from. We're basically headquartered in Boston, but we have offices around the globe. We also have offices in Chicago and in Austin, Texas. And our employee count is around, I would say, 350 employees, and I would say up to 60 to 70% of our employee strength is engineering, right? That's exactly the reason why we've been so aggressive when it comes to not just coming up with an innovative data protection platform, but also providing a full-fledged multi-cloud support. Now, this all started with our engineering team when we were basically working for our prior organization, named as Comtred Software, where we were basically building all of these data protection solutions for third-party vendors like EMC, HP, and most of these backup and recovery solutions are basically they were on the top backup and data protection solutions on Gartner's Magic Quadrant. And one fine day, our CEO and our CTO they basically had a meeting and they were discussing like what if we came up with our own backup and recovery solution, what if we could basically come up with an enterprise ready solution that is so easy and intuitive to use unlike a contemporary backup vendor. And that is exactly when Hycu was born. um, and this is purely because of our engineering's heritage in having a rich experience in building these data protection solutions that not only deal with backup and recovery, but also with migration and DR. And that's when we basically are that's where we are right now. We are the only vendor that actually offer not just agentless, seamless backups for your on-prem infrastructure, but we also offer cloud-native backups for your Google Cloud platform. This also includes Azure and AWS, but for obvious reasons, I'll be focusing our solution purely on Google Cloud platform. And from our presence, we have sold our solution across the globe. We have our global presence across 75 countries, and we have more than 2,500 customers across the globe. And these customers are from several verticals. You name it, we got it, like retail, manufacturing, public sector. And we've basically been able to be so versatile that we've basically helped our customers in any and all verticals that basically have multi-cloud or hybrid cloud environments. So with that being said, what does Hycu really bring to the table when it comes to our Google Cloud customers? The answer is pretty simple. We offer, or we literally help customers accelerate their journey to the Google Cloud hyperscaler. And how is that? So the first thing that I wanted to start with is for customers who are in the middle of testing or who are in the middle of evaluating a cloud platform, and if they basically wanted to test the waters of Google Cloud, Hyco would be the best solution because we are the only solution in the market today that can offer seamless backups of whatever your primary or whatever your on-prem resources are on, VMware, Nutanix, physical boxes, file servers. We'll be able to do seamless backups of all of your on-prem resources directly to Google Cloud Storage buckets. And our proprietary technology not only offers you to have a zero backup footprint, we also offer you high performance backups to these cost efficient cloud storage. So that is the first step, right? Where we basically help these customers to adopt a public cloud hyperscaler. And then we basically give them the option of making use of this, making use of their backup workflows to their Google Cloud infrastructure as a form of, simply lifting and shifting those workloads to Google Cloud, or making use of the Google Cloud infrastructure as purely a DR target where they could fail over their on-prem workloads directly to Google Cloud and fail them back if there is a unforeseen catastrophe on their on-prem data center, or if there is a malware or a ransomware attack. Now, this is not only about serving on-prem customers moving to Google Cloud. It's also about serving customers who are already on Google Cloud, right? I mean, we can support any customer who's running Google Cloud instances, or if they're running Google Cloud containers, or if they're running or hosting data on Google Cloud Storage buckets, we will be able to support all of these workloads from one single screen. And again, I can vouch on the fact that you won't see any other backup vendor that has the ability to support all of these three major workloads like GCE, GKE, and GCS from one single pane of glass, or one single support, or one throat to choke when it comes to offering backup and recovery support for all of these workloads on Google Cloud. And last but not the least, we also offer an assured ransomware recovery regardless of where your workloads are hosted, be it on-prem or be it on cloud, because Hycu offers you this true air-gap backup security, and we make use of your Google Cloud Storage buckets to store these backups with worm capability turned on, meaning that even if a super administrator tries to delete these backups, they won't be able to. So, let alone any malware or a malicious user trying to delete those backups, your backups will always be secure and they will be ready to be recovered if there is a ransomware attack on your primary infrastructure. Having that said, what kind of customers does Hycu really attract, right? I would basically start with the basics. Any customer who's considering Google Cloud, any on-prem customer, or even a cloud customer, let's say Azure or AWS, if they're considering Google Cloud, we will be the best solution, because we not only offer the ability to do backups to Google Cloud, we also help you to seamlessly move those workloads to Google Cloud. And speaking of moving these workloads to GCP or Google Cloud Platform, we also attract customers who are in the middle of migrating their on-prem workloads to Google Cloud, because we can offer a seamless, agentless, application consistent migration of all of their on-prem workloads to the Google Cloud Platform. And last but not the least, for customers who are already on Google Cloud, Hycu is the best solution, because the reason why I say that is we are the only vendor who can offer a single pane of glass protection for all of the workloads that run on GCE instances, their GKE containers, and their Google Cloud Storage buckets, right? So, time for some real life examples. Right now, obviously I'm not allowed to share the names of these customers, but I can definitely provide you some real life examples of our existing customers on Google Cloud. So the first one that I'd like to talk about is a sports organization, well known in the United States, and these vendors or this particular customer basically wanted to have their business continuity or their backup option or their backup solution running on Google Cloud Platform. They have an extremely sensitive, their data is extremely sensitive because they keep information pertaining to their players. That also deals with their personal information. So ensuring the backup of this information, but also ensuring that the data is secured in a separate location so that it doesn't allow any unauthorized access or the data doesn't get stolen. We offer a 100% highly secured backups for this particular customer, and they were really happy with our solution. The other example that I wanted to talk about, this is a pure healthcare customer who is basically running their workloads on their Google Cloud environment, especially with regards to their SaaS offering. And we were actually able to help this customer not with only moving their workloads from on-prem to Google Cloud, but we also are basically backing up their existing SaaS offering running on Google Cloud. So in a sense, we've basically made backups invisible, especially for this customer, because it purely runs as a service in the backend. That they've fully automated the entire process. So backup for this specific customer is more of a taken for granted kind of a thing that happens purely in the background. And last but not the least, this is another. I wouldn't say it's a healthcare customer, although they do fall in that in that category, but this customer is basically responsible for manufacturing healthcare equipment. And they were really getting tired of their on-prem backup vendor trying to support their Google Cloud Platform. And when they heard about us, they approached us, and they were able to get our entire solution deployed and up and running in a matter of a couple of days. And they literally fell in love with our solution and the way we basically offered, as a service, a cloud scale architecture where customers really didn't have to worry about their on-prem qualms or running on the Google Cloud. and they absolutely love our data protection solution. So these are some of the examples that we have right now. Healthcare customers, or manufacturing, or in this case, a sports organization. So our customer base is totally diverse. It doesn't matter the kind of business that you have, but if you're basically talking about Google Cloud or on-prem to Google Cloud or a multi-cloud environment, we are the solution to go. So with that being said, let's just get into our the architectural overview. So before I do the demo, I just wanted to showcase how our solution is deployed. Um, Now, if an existing Google Cloud customer, or any customer who's willing to move to Google Cloud, if they want to check out our solution, how we protect the workloads on Google Cloud, all they would have to do is basically go to Google Cloud Marketplace, subscribe to our solution, and we would instantly instantiate a Google Cloud instance to basically discover all of their environment. And we do this by seamlessly integrating with Google Cloud's APIs of the Google Identity Access Management, and we automatically inherit all of the security policies, which helps us to automatically discover all of the workloads that are running within the Google Compute Engine, the Google Kubernetes Engine, and their Google Cloud Storage. So that's how seamless it is, right? Customers don't have to go through any deployment or any maintenance, or they don't have to size their environments. None of that. None of your on-prem qualms are basically, are there on your Google Cloud infrastructure. And the way we do backups is even more simpler, because we offer a policy-based backup and recovery solution, meaning that all of your workloads can be seamlessly backed up to your Google Cloud storage. And we also are 100% transparent to Google Cloud Storage tiers, meaning that we can do backups directly to standard, nearline, or co-line. And we are also aware of backups that get migrated to the archive tier. Now, this is purely about Google Cloud, right? What about on-prem customers? Now, in that case, our on-prem solution also has the ability to seamlessly back up any of your on-prem workloads, VMware, physical servers, whatnot, to Google Cloud Storage directly. And our solution has direct communication with our as a service offering on Google Cloud, and we will not only perform backups, but also have the ability to make use of Google Cloud as a DR target to fail over those workloads, or simply help customers to migrate their workloads and to a Google Cloud platform. So we also have another customer, and unfortunately I cannot share the name, but this customer was basically making use of VMware running on Google Cloud platform. The reason is because they were running Oracle workloads, and due to licensing issues, they couldn't run Oracle natively on Google Compute Engine. But they basically wanted to treat GCE as a DR target. Let's say if there's something happened with their VMware, they basically wanted to not just back up their VMs on Google Cloud, but also migrate them to GCE. And guess what they chose? Hycu, because we were able to not just help them back up their VMware VMs to their Google Cloud storage, but we were also able to do a failover and fail back from VMware to GCE. So with that being said, just wanted to do a quick demonstration. Ron, I just want to be absolutely sure here. Are you able to see my web browser here by any chance? I just changed the view.
I can see the Hycu Milky Way.
Okay, thank you very much. So to my previous point, right? If you have any customers running on Google Cloud, and if you wanted to check out our solution, please visit the Google Cloud Marketplace. And we basically offer you a 15-day trial, but with no doubt, we do help customers by expanding the trial license if they want to test all the features and functionalities. So, and by the way, our trial license has 100% all of the products, features, and functionalities so that you can test our solution completely. And once you subscribe to our solution, it's pretty simple and straightforward, because we automatically instantiate a separate instance for that specific customer. And all you would have to do is basically make use of your Google login credentials to log into Hycu, and we would automatically start the discovery process, right? The discovery process over here basically means that based on your service account, we will be able to discover all of your projects that you're authorized to view. And from here, you can actually group these projects based on your own discretion, right? If you wanted to protect certain set of projects with a different SLA compared to other projects, or if you wanted to manage them separately, you could do that based on your own discretion. And that's the beauty of our solution. Also, We can also help customers in a multi-tenant environment having multiple subscriptions, because you also have the ability to manage multiple subscriptions from one single screen, right? So that is the best part. Now, once you have all of these projects discovered, we automatically discover all of your virtual machines, all of your applications. When I'm talking about applications, I'm not just talking about applications like SAP HANA running within your Google Cloud instances. I'm also talking about discovering applications containerized within your GKE cluster, right? All of them discovered within one single screen. And we also discover all of the buckets, the Google Cloud Storage buckets, hosted within your specific subscription account. And all you would have to do is simply assign policies, right? We are 100% back, policy-based data protection solution. And this basically allows you to specify, parameters like what's your retention settings, what's your RPO. If you want to have multiple backup copies, like what I've done here, I've actually specified a copy to a regional bucket. And I also have the ability to specify labels. So if you wanted to purely automate the policy assignment of newly discovered VMs or newly discovered Kubernetes containerized applications or newly discovered buckets, we could automate that functionality as well. And that's the best part, right? 100% automation with zero backup management. And when it comes to backup targets, as I mentioned before, we do seamless backups to your Google Cloud Storage, which is extremely cost efficient. I mean, if you're trying to do a cost comparison between the snapshots and your Google Cloud Storage, you'll have your minds blown. It's so cost efficient that we make use of snapshots, but we make use of those snapshot space minimally so that all of your long-term retention backups will be stored on your cost-efficient uh, Google Cloud Storage. And they can be stored on any tiers that you want to. As I mentioned before, you can store them on standard, nearline, coldline, or archives. Last but not the least, I know I have an extremely short amount of time, but I'd just like to finish this demo with our ancillary features within our Hycu, where we can offer you reporting capabilities. We do have full-fledged backup reports built into our solution. As a matter of fact, this is a pure reporting infrastructure where you basically not just have the ability to make use of our existing reports, but also modify those reports. You have several options here. Like this is a simple tabular view, but you can also create charts or heat maps for your backup reports. You can email these reports, export these reports into PDF, PNG, or a CSV format. You can schedule these reports to be generated, on a periodic basis. And with regards to alerting, our solution is even more comprehensive because we keep track of all activity, not just backup or restore failures, but also user activity. And you basically have the ability to raise email-based notifications, or you can broadcast these events as webhooks to third-party applications like ServiceNow, Slack. And we also have a customer who basically wanted to have our solution integrated with ServiceNow ticket generation. And we simply made use of our Hycu's APIs to integrate with these applications. So, a lot of endless possibilities, not just with regards to backup and recovery, but also with integrating with your overall IT's ecosystem. So that is pretty much about it with regards to a very short demo. I know we just have 20 minutes of time, but again, if you folks have any questions, please post them on chat. I'll do my best to answer those questions offline. And I'll definitely follow up with you on that. So let me just move back to my presentation.
Okay.
Just 2 more minutes, Ron, and I'll be done with this. So
sounds good.
Sure. Thank you, Ron. So the last thing that I want to talk about is how do we help customers with the ransomware attack? So I'm sure most of you folks know ransomware attacks are pretty prevalent in this day and age. I don't have to say any more. What we can do is we can actually help customers to, verify if their, environment is basically ready for any ransomware attack, and how good is their ransomware recovery readiness. So you can basically take the survey. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. The best part is this service is 100% free, and you don't even have to provide any of your contact information. This can be 100% anonymous. So we don't collect your email information or any of that. This is purely done for servicing our customers or our potential customers, or even folks who won't be our customers but still help them out, right? So please check us out at www.getorscore.org and please do an evaluation of your environment to see if your backup infrastructure is capable of ransomware recovery. So last but not least, just to summarize, you can check, you can find more information about our solution on Google Cloud Marketplace. So any Google Cloud customers, you shouldn't be stranger to this location. Just search the words Hycu, and we provide you more information there. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. All you have to do is just simply type Google at hycu.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. And if you wanted to find out more information on our website, it's pretty simple. Just go to www.hycu.com, and there you will have all of that information. So with that being said, I don't have any further information for this specific session. If there are any more questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.